Hello everybody once again, in the next video. Today, as you saw the title, I am going to explain how well would populations of Smilodons do, if they were transported to the present day. Enjoy. But before I begin, I am going to present to you some information about the Smilodon species. I would otherwise also present information about the present day, but I suppose you know, because that's where and when we're living. The Smilodonti, also commonly known as just Smilodons, were prehistoric cats, that lived in the Pleistocene epoch, from about 2.5 million years ago, and went extinct about 10,000 years ago. The Smilodons, specifically Smilodon fatalis, which I am going to talk about today, was around 1.5 meters long, and is especially known and distinguished by its long canine teeth. It lived in both North and South America, and hunted other large mammals, such as prehistoric bisons and horses. They're believed to have used their elongated tooth not during battle, but after the prey has been secured and could not run away or fight back. They were probably used as the final blow to the animal, killing it as the tooth pierced through its body. That was the case, because of how the jaw and teeth structure was in the Smilodon species. They also probably lived in small groups, just as big cats like lions do today. For this specific scenario, I'm going to take few populations from 20,000 years ago, back when the environment temperatures were in their lowest during this period. So, during this video, I am going to look through 3 categories, that will decide how the Smilodon is placed on a survivability scale from 1 to 10. These categories will include things such as differences from their initial environment, their new diet, and competition. The first thing that the Smilodons would notice is the differences in their environmental temperatures. Back in their time during the Pleistocene epoch, the temperatures were as low as 5 degrees Celsius lower than today, which would be 10 degrees Celsius. That is not a difference to be overlooked, as it would impact the quality of life of these prehistoric cats, but my best guess is that, after the first 1 or 2 initial generations, the Smilodons would probably adapt to have less dense fur. But what would they hunt? Assuming that they are dropped in and around forests, as well as in open plains and valley, we could assume that they would now hunt animals such as deers and bisons. But they would also have competition with other animals, such as wolves, mountain lions, and possibly alligators. Wolves would not be a very big competition, simply because of their size and weight, and would likely involve in niche partitioning. But for mountain lions, it's a bit different. Because mountain lions are larger and heavier than wolves and other canines, they would pose a bigger threat to the Smilodons. While the prehistoric cats would be a bit heavier than the mountain lions, this would not account for their length and agility. Most likely, they too, would engage in niche partitioning, since these North American predators and the Smilodons would not encounter each other on a regular basis, because of their difference in habitats. But what about human interaction? Well, see, if these prehistoric predators would suddenly be transported in our time, that would not go unnoticed. Likely, not only would they appear on the news, but there would also be another consequence: poachers. Because of their large and distinguished canine teeth, I would guess that likely, that would catch the attention of poachers, who would go out of their way to illegally hunt them for their teeth. Now, there are 2 options. The first one is that the hunters would directly kill these cats, and that would be how they would collect their unique teeth. Another one is, they would ance these animals, and while they're asleep, they would come and collect their teeth. That would be a slightly better option for the predators, since they would remain alive, but would likely starve to death in the absence of their canine teeth, which previously helped them in hunting. But come on, who would be dumb enough to risk their entire life to get a single teeth by not killing the animal, rather than the plain obvious, and simpler solution? I would guess, that because of that outside pressure, if the Smilodons are able to survive multiple generations, their canine teeth would likely become smaller or cease to exist entirely, just as what is currently happening to some elephants in Africa. For all these reasons, I would put the survivability of the Smilodon fatalis to a 6 to 6.7 out of 10. but hey, that's just a speculation. Thanks for watching.